Good evening and welcome inside the Sullivan Center, home of the University of St. Francis. The Fighting Saints today take on the Jaguars of Governors State University in a conference tilt. Terry Bonadonna with you on the call for today's game as the Fighting Saints try to improve on their conference best 5-0 record. They are 17-2 overall, and they'll get their first look at home this season against Governors State. It's the second overall matchup between these two teams. The first one came in a non-conference matchup last month. Actually, it was back in December that they met up, and St. Francis was a blowout victor in that one. As the tip this time won by Governor State. We're underway. Jaguars in black going from left to right. The Saints in pink going from right to left for today's first half. First possession of the game, off to the right side. It's Cozy O'Neill on the drive. O'Neill drops it off down low to Amber Brooks, and Brooks lays it in for the first 2 points of the game. Amber Brooks, a senior out of St. Joseph High School in Westchester, Illinois. Averages 13 points per game. She's got the first two today. Here is Justine Charlesworth. We've got a foul called away from the ball. 38 seconds into the action. It's our first foul of the game. It goes against Governors State. It is on Cozy O'Neill, freshman guard for the Jaguars. Shadreen McDaniel inbounds. Here's Leah Sims, the Saints point guard. Sims sets up a three-pointer. It's an air ball. Acosta saves it. Ball loose and picked up by the Jaguars. Jatana Davis gives it back to Sharnita Breeze. Breeze is a starting forward along with Davis and Amber Brooks. The guards are Angelique Cowan and Cozy O'Neill. This is O'Neill with the basketball. In some trouble, she gives it off. Sharnita Breeze all alone for three. In and out. Offensive rebound, put back is good for Amber Brooks. She's got the first four for Governors State today, and they've got the first four of the game. Shadreen McDaniel down low to Acosta, in and out of her hands, the ball loose and picked up by the Jaguars. Here comes Jatana Davis. Davis near the sideline, and she's fouled by Shadreen McDaniel. Or no, past that one. That was an out-of-bounds play. Last touched by Davis. My mistake on the call, so it will be St. Francis basketball. Josie Graffio's in for Andriana Acosta for the Fighting Saints. Here's Leah Sims off to Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth had a big game shooting the basketball on Monday, and a blowout win for the Fighting Saints. Here's a drive from Shadreen McDaniel. Layup no. Rebound tapped into the hands of Cozy O'Neill. Slow offensive start for St. Francis today. They had a tough time offensively on Monday, despite an 11-point victory over St. Ambrose. They scored just 51 points, struggled to shoot the ball throughout the night. That ball thrown away and out of bounds, Saints basketball. 4-0 Governors State wins, thanks to a couple of layups from Amber Brooks. St. Francis has the ball after just over 2 minutes of play. Leah Sims drives around O'Neill, kicks into the corner. Shadreen McDaniel for three, rims out. And an over the back foul called on Josie Graffio. Substitution for the Jaguars as Jatana Davis steps out. Tabitha Jones comes in. Jones, a sophomore reserve forward, was the hero on Monday night for Governors State. Hit a buzzer-beating game winner to knock off Olivet Nazarene. Governors State came in at 2-0 in conference, so trying to win their third straight here. It's Sharnita Breeze backing it up. Breeze takes a step forward, fires a long jumper and misses. Battle for the rebound, and we got a held ball. We're going the other way with it. It's going to be St. Francis ball, down by 4. Nearly 3 minutes into the game, still looking for their first points. Has not been a fast start offensively for Governors State, though, so the Saints keep it close as Leah Sims drives. This is a wild shot trying to draw the foul, did not get the call. Here's a drive from Jones, who lays it up and in. Nice move with the ball by Tabitha Jones as she blows by Jordan Pyle all the way to the hoop. It's a 6-0 lead for Governors State. Pyle drives to the left side. Jordan Pyle, turnaround jumper, no good. Tipping her own rebound, she jumped over the back of Amber Brooks in the process. St. Francis is out of sorts early on in this game. And they head back to the bench. Kaylin C.S. Cheney in for Leah Sims. Still just a 6-point game. So Governor State has not built a big lead, but they have been stifling on defense early on. So they brought a few players in off the bench. Here's Sharnita Breeze bouncing it over to Jones. Tabitha Jones drives on Pyle again. Pyle tips that ball and prevents the shot from reaching the basket. Good defensive stop that time for Pyle. Shadrian McDaniel guarded by Angelique Cowan. Passes off to the right. Now up top Graffio. To a cutting Kaylin C.S. Cheney, deflected and taken away. The steal comes for Caitlin Adams. Adams slows it down. Under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Jones throws it away, and a foul called on Amber Brooks. Bad pass by Jones. She was looking inside. Nobody there except for Jordan Pyle, and Pyle was immediately fouled by Amber Brooks. Incidental contact, but it was hard enough. They had to blow the whistle. So it's the first foul on Brooks. It's the second on Governor State. Fighting Saints basketball, we're nearly halfway into the first quarter. And they're trying to get on the board for the first time. Here's Pyle. Up top, Graffio. Now Kaylin C.S. Cheney on the left wing. C.S. Cheney gives it back to Graffio. Half the shot clock used up. Here's Pyle. Down to Graffio in the corner. Josie Graffio makes her move. Now she fires to a cutting Pyle who lays it up and in. Saints are finally on the board at the 5:25 mark of the first quarter. Nice cut by Jordan Pyle, getting the feed from Josie Graffio. And it's a 4-point game. Here's Tabitha Jones on the right side. Jones gets a screen, rolls to her left, now cuts down the lane, dishes it off towards Brooks at the last second and out of bounds. So that's the second time in the last couple of minutes that Tabitha Jones has thrown the ball away. That time, miscommunication with Amber Brooks as Brooks cut. Jones threw it behind her. Here's Shadrian McDaniel, and a foul called on the defense far from the ball. Foul is called on Amber Brooks. That's a costly one for Governor State. That's Brooks' second. One of the most valuable players on this team. They can't afford to be without her. Josie Graffio in the paint, kicks it out to Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Back over to Graffio, guarded by Brooks, who's still playing with her 2 fouls. Jordan Pyle is bumped by Tabitha Jones. Third foul against Governor State, first on Tabitha Jones. On the floor, the shot clock resets to 20 seconds. And now Amber Brooks will sit down with those 2 fouls. And Jatana Davis, freshman forward, is back in. Here's Jordan Pyle, off to Josie Graffio on the left side. Up top, Charlesworth, the Pyle on the right wing. 9 seconds to shoot. Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Charlesworth with 4 on the shot clock. Spins into the lane. Charlesworth leans to her right, flips it up and in. With the shot clock running down. Nice work by Justine Charlesworth. She's got her first points. And the Saints are within a bucket after a very slow start. The defense kept them tight early on. And now here we are, just a 2-point game. Tabitha Jones drives and walks. Well, to be fair, she was running, but running without dribbling. It's a traveling violation. And the Saints can tie or take the lead here. McDaniel up top to Pyle. Now Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Over to the left wing. This is Jordan Pyle. Up top, Charlesworth. Shot clock is under 10 as the pass goes too high for Pyle. Graffio was looking for the cutting St. Francis center. So contact from behind on Jordan Pyle, but not enough to warrant a whistle. Steve Brooks disagrees, but he doesn't have a whistle, so he gets no say in the matter. 3:40 to play, first quarter. 2-point game. Here's a drive from Caitlin Adams, and she's fouled. And this foul goes against Jordan Pyle. That's her second. So both teams have a big in foul trouble now. Jordan Pyle's got a pair for the Fighting Saints. Amber Brooks is on the bench with 2 fouls for the Jaguars. And here is Caitlin Adams at the free throw line. Adams this season 7 of 15 from the line. First one here is good. 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. 7-4 Governor State leads. One more shot coming up for Adams. And that's good. It gets Governor State back on the board as they had been held quiet for the last several minutes. Their lead is 4. Josie Graffio gives it up to Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel up top to Graffio. Graffio works her way inside, finds a good cutting Andriana Acosta, and Acosta hits the basket and draws the foul. The foul is on Kaya King, and Acosta's got a shot at a 3-point play. She connects. Acosta's got her first 3. Tabitha Jones back in. Tonisha Mack, the third-year head coach of the Jaguars, using her bench very liberally here in the first period. We got a 1-point game. This is as close as we've been in this first quarter. Caitlin Adams tries to distance the Jaguars further, but can't as she misses the 3. And here comes Kaylin C.S. Cheney. McDaniel on the right side. Up top to C.S. Cheney. Now Graffio on the cut. Kicks it out to Charlesworth. Good ball movement. Shadrian McDaniel, open look. Missed the 3 short. Offensive rebound. Acosta sets up Charlesworth, who misses the 3. Andriana Acosta is the best offensive rebounder in the conference, averaging 5 a game. She got one right there, but the Saints squander their second chance, and they still trail by 1 with Governor State in possession. This is Tabitha Jones faking, now driving along the baseline, and she's called for a travel. A little too hesitant once she got by Josie Graffio. Waited to take the shot and ended up skipping a little bit before she got one off. Here's Acosta. Hand off to McDaniel. Now Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Justine Charlesworth at the top of the key. Finds McDaniel on the left side. Shot clock to 10. Graffio with the left hand. Spins back to her right. Gives it to Kaylin C.S. Cheney. C.S. Cheney drives, floats it up, and draws the foul. It's Kaya King's second foul. The Saints are in the bonus. This is a 2-shot foul anyway. Leah Sims hops back off the bench for St. Francis. She checks in for Shadrian McDaniel. Charlesworth departs. Paige Gieske makes her first appearance of the evening. C.S. Cheney's first free throw misses. One more coming. Kaylin C.S. Cheney is a 74% free throw shooter. Makes 1 of 2 here. We're tied at 8. First tie of the game. Governor State scored the first 6 points, but St. Francis has come back with 8 of the last 10. Here's Caitlin Adams. Adams to her left, hands it off to Jones. Tabitha Jones working against Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Kicks it outside. This is Brooks, who travels. That's the 3rd traveling violation called against Governor State in this first quarter. And the Saints have feasted off of their turnovers, going on this 8-2 run. Neither team clicking on offense in the early going. Got 80 seconds to play in the first quarter. Here's C.S. Cheney. Up to Sims. Leah Sims crosses over to her left, picks it up, and gives it off to Gieske. Now C.S. Cheney for three. That's short. And the rebound goes into the hands of Josie Graffio. St. Francis resets with under a minute now to play, or now under a minute to play in the first quarter. Kaylin C.S. Cheney off to Gieske. Gieske bounces it in low to Acosta. Acosta up with the right hand off the glass, missed it. Rebound goes to Tabitha Jones. Jaguars slow it down for what will most likely be their last possession of the first quarter. Trying to reclaim the lead they've held for the majority of the quarter. Jones up top. Looks to her right, passes left. This is Caitlin Adams. Back to Jones with 7 to shoot. Tabitha Jones drives left side, pulls up, shot blocked. Rebound grabbed by Andriana Acosta. Leah Sims fires it ahead to Graffio. Kicked out to Gieske. Paige Gieske steps in, passes out to C.S. Cheney. Now Kaylin C.S. Cheney penetrates and kicks. Ball movement out to Gieske. Three-pointer from the left side misses. Battle for the rebound, won by Tabitha Jones. 1 second left in the quarter. Shot off just in time from Caitlin Adams, and it misses short on the three. She wanted a 3-shot foul there. Defense for St. Francis probably a little over-aggressive, and we are going to get a foul here, and it is a 3-shot foul. So scratch that probably from what I was just saying. The defense from St. Francis was too aggressive there on a half-court heave at the buzzer. A lot of contact. Adams gets to go to the free throw line. The foul was called on Paige Gieske. And it looks like Governor State will most likely end the first quarter with the lead after all. The first shot rims out. Shouldn't speak too soon. Mentioned before, Adams is not a good free throw shooter, under 50% for the season coming in, though she is 2 for 3 today. And now 3 of 4 as she puts the Jaguars on top 9-8. And one more shot here. She makes 2 of 3. So she had made just 7 of 15 free throws this season coming in. She goes 4 of 5 from the line in the first quarter and helps her team to a 10-8 lead. And now I'll step aside for a quick moment. Back with period number 2 very shortly. 10-8, Governor State on top. Second quarter getting ready to begin. St. Francis's offensive malaise from Monday night has carried over into the first quarter today as they have just 8 points on the board. They trail Governor State by 2. Last time these two teams met back on December 12th, Fighting Saints were victorious 70-49, but don't let that lopsided score fool you. That was a close game, very close through 3 quarters. Governor State just went over and back. Caitlin Adams, a ball handling miscue. A very quick turnover for the Jaguars here. Saints get it back. The end of 1 quarter between these two teams back on December 12th, they were tied. So in first quarter action, Governor State has outscored St. Francis in their 2 games this season by 2. See if the Saints can pull away this time the way they did last time they met up. Josie Graffio fires it out to Acosta. C.S. Cheney throws it away. Ball loose in the backcourt, chased down by Cozy O'Neill. O'Neill is blocked on her way out of bounds, and she was the last one to touch it. Cozy O'Neill surprised there was not a foul called. She ends up losing the basketball, and Governor State turns it over for the second straight time. Saints down by a pair. They have not led so far in today's game. They could change that right here. Graffio into the cutting Gieske. Gieske, one bounce, back outside. Graffio drives and kicks. Charlesworth out to Graffio. Under 10 to shoot. Here's Gieske swinging around to the right side. Deep three, Leah Sims. No good. Offensive rebound, Acosta. Sims over to Graffio. Up to Charlesworth. Gieske is in the corner. Driving the baseline. She dribbles it off of Amber Brooks out of bounds. Stays with the Saints with only 8 seconds on the shot clock. Gieske inbounds to Leah Sims. Out to Graffio. Now Justine Charlesworth to Gieske. Down low Acosta, and that's a shot clock violation. Saints inbounded it with only 8 to shoot and lost track of the clock apparently pretty quickly. Never got a shot off there. Paige Gieske departs. She found Acosta down low. Acosta had the ball in her hands as the shot clock expired, but it was Gieske who gave it to her with just under 2 seconds to shoot. Shadrian McDaniel is back in. There's a drive from Cozy O'Neill who banks it in. 4-point lead for Governor State. Leah Sims gives it to Justine Charlesworth over to the left side. Graffio. Down low Acosta amidst 2 defenders. Knocked away. The ball is saved by Tabitha Jones and given right back as Leah Sims takes it away from Sharnita Breeze. Sims lays it in. Lazy play on both sides really there. And as the dust clears, St. Francis ends up with the layup out of it. Credit to Leah Sims for the steal in the bucket. Here's Cozy O'Neill. O'Neill drives from the left side. Gives it up to Jones. Outside Cowan for 3. No good. Rebound chased down by Jones. We've not yet seen a made three-pointer in today's game. St. Francis has been very good from beyond the arc this year as Josie Graffio jumps the passing lane, takes it the other way, and walks. That's the 8th turnover of the game for St. Francis, which would be a shockingly high number, except that Governor State has 10. It's been an ugly game so far, but it's a 2-point game early in the second quarter, so competitive at least. The two teams try to fortify their play here late in the second half, or late in the first half rather. Angelique Cowan bounces to the right side. Cowan steps back, 2-point jumper misses. Rebound loose on the floor still. And finally chased down by Caitlin Adams amidst a crowd. Here's Cowan. Cowan at the top, lobs it down low. The layup is good for Trinity Sims. First bucket of the game for Sims on the first attempt of the game. 4-point lead again for Governor State. Charlesworth out to Sims on the right. Sims gives it up to Shadrian McDaniel. Now Justine Charlesworth, the shot clock at 10. Graffio to Sims, left side. Sims drives. Leah Sims pushes it towards the basket, off the backboard, no rim. Rebounded by Governor State. There's Cowan. She's stuck. She's lost her dribble. And a timeout called by Governor State. And that timeout may have come just before a backcourt violation, as the Governor State heads back to the bench. 30-second timeout. St. Francis right now shooting 25% from the field, 8 turnovers. Governor State a whopping 10 turnovers. They've shot the ball a little bit better at 41%. Offenses are struggling right now, and this is the type of game that St. Francis doesn't mind being involved in. Sure, they would love to have their offense clicking a little bit better than it has been. But if they can win the ugly ones like this, they've done it a number of times this year. In fact, they have failed to reach 60 points in each of their last 2 games, but both have been double-digit wins. They have the best defense in the country, allowing just 48 points per game. It's the best in the nation by over 2 full points. So they don't mind being tangled up in a low-scoring affair. They'll try to keep Governor State in their same offensive doldrums right now, though the Jaguars have the 4-point lead. Trinity Sims hassled on the outside, loses the ball. It was last touched by St. Francis. There's Angelique Cowan to inbound. She finds Caitlin Adams. Adams dribbles to the right side, loses the handle on it, and it's taken away by Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth slows it down. Good transition defense by the Jaguars. Sims over to Graffio. Graffio down low, Acosta. Acosta triple teamed, and it's stripped from behind, taken away by Governor State. Credit Jalen Foland right there with the knockaway. She freed it up from Acosta. It was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter so far has been even lower scoring. Adams lobs it towards Trinity Sims, but they were not on the same page. Well over Sims's head and out of bounds. That's the 12th turnover of the game for Governor State. Sims across the timeline. Governor State's defense holds back. And that pass from Sims to Shadrian McDaniel slips right through the latter's fingertips and out of bounds. It has been a well-defended, hard-fought game so far, but there's no mistaking the fact that there have been a lot of unforced errors as well on both sides, and that was one of them. McDaniel just took her eye off the ball. Angelique Cowan around the screen from Sims, pulls up into a three-pointer and hits it. That's the first three-pointer of the game for either team. Belongs to Angelique Cowan, 34% shooter from beyond the arc this season. Prior to that, the two teams had been a combined 0 for 10 on three-point shots. Here's one for St. Francis, and they answer. Justine Charlesworth knocks down the three. So each team has now hit a three-pointer in quick succession after neither team could over the first 15 minutes. Charlesworth had 4 three-pointers on Monday night. Now she's got one today. 4-point game. Here's Sharnita Breeze. Breeze working against McDaniel. Breeze backing in, and she's called for the travel. Good battle in the post right there between Breeze and McDaniel, and Shadrian McDaniel held her ground. Saints have the ball down by 4 in the final 4 minutes of the half. Here's Charlesworth. Across to Leah Sims. Sims wings it over to McDaniel. Fakes the shot, she drives, and she's fouled on the floor. Kind of surprising. That's the first foul on either team in the second quarter. It's called on Jalen Foland, senior transfer from Indiana Tech. Shadrian McDaniel will inbound. She bounces it in to Acosta underneath, working against Trinity Sims, misses on the reverse layup. And we're going the other way. Adams over to Jones. Tabitha Jones kicks it outside. Cowan back to Jones with 8 on the shot clock. Jones down the center lane, back out to Cowan. Three-pointer blocked by McDaniel. And on the loose ball, a foul is called on Trinity Sims. That's the first on Trinity Sims. It's the second on the team. St. Francis gets the ball back, down by 2 scores. Great defensive possession there for the Fighting Saints. Here's Josie Graffio. Over to the right side, Charlesworth. Down to the corner, Leah Sims. Sims looking low for Acosta, and she's fouled from behind by Jalen Foland, and that's Foland's second foul. So we didn't see any fouls for the first 6+ minutes of this second quarter, and now 3 in a row called against Governor State. Foland's got 2. She checks out. Amber Brooks, who also has 2 fouls, comes back in. So does Sharnita Breeze. Graffio works to her right at the free throw line. Graffio sends it down low to Acosta. Reverse layup this time is good. Andriana Acosta's got 5 points. Saints are back within 2. St. Francis has not led in this first half. They were tied very briefly at 8. The only time there's been a tie, and there's a travel on Cozy O'Neill. And an easy call that time. Left her feet without being quite sure what she was going to do with the ball. Had nothing to do but come down. Leah Sims over to Graffio. Charlesworth on the right wing. Leah Sims for the lead, misses on the 3. Rebound chased down by Angelique Collin. We've got under 2 minutes to play in the first half. A low-scoring first half. It's been close. Biggest lead has been 6 for Governor State. That was when it was 6-0. Foul called on Shadrian McDaniel, and happened right in front of Steve Brooks, who is visibly upset about it. It's hard to blame him with just 9 on the shot clock. And a foul committed 30 feet away from the basket. That's the second on McDaniel. Check that, that's the first on McDaniel. First on the team this quarter. Breeze drives, picked up by Acosta, and Andriana Acosta is called for the foul. Defensive foul, it was on the floor. It's Acosta's first foul. Caitlin Adams is having some trouble getting it in. Finally fires it outside and is able to get it to Tabitha Jones out there. Jones drives, crossover on McDaniel to the left, fights one up, and she's fouled. 3 fouls called on this possession against St. Francis defensively after they did not commit a foul in the first 8 minutes of the quarter. (17-15) Governor State has the lead. Just about a minute and a half to play in the half as Tabitha Jones misses on the first free throw, so that'll keep it a 1-score game regardless of what happens on this foul shot. She hits the second one. It's 18-15. Here's Kaylin C.S. Cheney across the timeline. C.S. Cheney walks it to the left, passes to her right. Leah Sims. Back up top to C.S. Cheney. Now on the left side, Josie Graffio. Shot clock is under 10. Sims to Charlesworth. Charlesworth fakes the shot, steps back. Now drives, bounced into Acosta. Andriana Acosta at the buzzer, fights up a jumper and scores. Not an easy shot for Acosta, not a shot she would typically take. But with the shot clock at 1, didn't have much of an option, and she pulls the Saints within a point. 18-17 the score. Jaguars basketball. See if they go 2 for 1 here. On the right side, it's Sharnita Breeze. They're taking their time. Breeze picks up her dribble, tries to bounce it down low to Tabitha Jones. Jones is fouled by Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Check that. The foul is called on Jones, grabbing Kaylin C.S. Cheney. It's easy to call the foul on the person who's on the ground. It was, in fact, Jones who grabbed the arm of C.S. Cheney from the ground. And so the Saints get the ball back with 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and a chance to take their first lead of the game on their last possession of the half. C.S. Cheney directs her offense, tries to float it to Leah Sims, but it's intercepted. Sharnita Breeze takes it the other way. Angelique Cowan over to Tabitha Jones. Jones drives and kicks. Long three, Caitlin Adams off the back iron. Rebound is won by Andriana Acosta. With 1 on the clock, Acosta steps into a 2 and misses it short. The first half is over. 18-17 at the half. It has not been an offensive showcase today, but it has been a hard-fought, tough, and tight ball game so far. 20 minutes down, 20 to go, and we're exactly where we want to be for some excitement. Governor State up by 1, 18-17. Back in about 15 minutes with half number 2. Stick around. You're watching the USF Sports Network. We're nearing the end of the halftime break at the University of St. Francis. Terry Bonadonna with you for another half of basketball. The Fighting Saints trail by 1. Governors State on top 18-17. And the Saints have not held a lead at any point during the game so far. We've been tied only once. That was at 8-all late in the first quarter. Other than that, Governors State has held the lead all the way through. It has obviously not been a big lead because they haven't scored enough points to have made it a big lead. Neither team doing much offensively at the moment. The two teams are shooting a combined 35% from the field today. St. Francis just 32%. Governor State is at 40%. We've seen a colossal amount of turnovers in this game, 26 combined, which would be a pretty high number for a whole game. We've hit that in just a half of basketball. The Jaguars have turned it over 15 times, the Saints 11. Our leading scorer today is Andriana Acosta. She's really been the whole team today for the Fighting Saints, 7.6 rebounds. The rest of the team has 10 points and 5 rebounds. It should be noted as well, Acosta has turned it over 4 times, so she has not played a flawless game, but she has certainly been the catalyst for the Saints so far today. As for Governors State, their leading scorers are Amber Brooks and Caitlin Adams, who have 4 points apiece. All 4 of Adams have come from the free throw line. Amber Brooks also leads the team with 3 rebounds, and really an impressive 13 minutes for Brooks in that first half, considering she was in and out with foul trouble. She picked up 2 quick ones, and she did find her way back to the floor for 13 minutes, which is still significantly under the amount she would normally play in a half. The two teams at the three-point line so far combined 2 for 15. So if we want to see scoring pick up in this one, we may have to see some more action from the outside. We'll see how it goes as we start the second half with St. Francis in possession. Fighting Saints, of course, have reverse sides. They'll be going from left to right now. We're underway in the second half. Justine Charlesworth has the ball. Jordan Pyle is back in for the Saints. She sat the majority of the first half. She drives, dishes it inside to Acosta, bobbled it, got it back. Here's Charlesworth, bouncing into Acosta again. Andriana Acosta working hard against Amber Brooks and laying it in for another 2. And for the first time today, St. Francis has the lead, 19-18. And it comes courtesy of Acosta, appropriately enough. She's got 9 of her team's 19. Here's Caitlin Adams on the drive. Adams throws one up and misses. A late whistle, no foul. The ball is out of bounds, last touched by the Fighting Saints. 18 to shoot for Governors State as they'll send it in from the baseline. Jordan Pyle playing with 2 fouls. Shadrian McDaniel playing with 2 fouls for St. Francis as well. Amber Brooks has 2 for Governors State. Here's Angelique Cowan. Into Caitlin Adams. Back out, Sharnita Breeze. Shot clock at 4. Breeze spins, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Andriana Acosta. Acosta now has just about half of her team's points and well over half of her team's rebounds. Jordan Pyle loses it out of bounds. She was the last one to touch it. She disagrees with that assessment, but the arrow points towards Governors State. Not the possession arrow, it's the arrow of the official's fingers in this case. It is Jaguars basketball, down by a point. Playing from behind for the first time today, Caitlin Adams is called for the walk. Thought they might get a held ball, and when I initially heard that whistle, as Leah Sims reached her hand in, Caitlin Adams wanted a foul, but traveling was the call. Here's Pyle. Inside to Acosta. Andriana Acosta bounces twice, shoots and misses. Rebounded by Amber Brooks. Here's Cowan. Cowan walks it back towards half court. Sets things up again for the Jaguars. Around a screen from Brooks. She drives off the glass and in. Following the screen, both Charlesworth and Acosta went after Amber Brooks. They left Angelique Cowan all alone to roll to the hoop. Governors State back in front by 1. Here's Shadrian McDaniel, turnaround jumper from just inside the foul line. It's good. Now we're seeing the offenses heat up. trading baskets here in the third quarter after a very slow start offensively to this game. Just 37 total points scored in the first half. The lowest, 35 points scored in the first half. Lowest in the St. Francis game this year. There's a bump on the floor as Davis is fouled prior to the shot. Foul is called on Justine Charlesworth, her first. And Jatana Davis checks out. Tabitha Jones is back in as the inbounds pass is deflected and stolen. Here's Leah Sims. Sims crosses over on Adams. Bounces into Acosta. One dribble, back out to Sims, taken away by Tabitha Jones. Jones took a hard fall there. A timeout called by the official. Shadrian McDaniel thought she had taken the ball away. There was an official's timeout before that as Jones was shaken up on her way to the ground. Jones got the steal and then fell to the ground. Not called for traveling because she never actually had possession of the ball before she fell. She fell on top of it. That also contributed to her getting the wind knocked out. That's why they called the time. She's fine though. She stays in. There's a deflection and a takeaway. Jordan Pyle gets the steal. Pyle loses the handle on it, knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Fighting Saints. Pyle will inbound with 6:42 to play in the third quarter, 25 on the shot clock. Saints by a point. Lobbed in for McDaniel. Shadrian McDaniel works her way inside, off the backboard, missed it. Rebound bounces out to Tabitha Jones. Here's Sharnita Breeze. Breeze has been very quiet today. Averaging 13 points a game. She has none today. Angelique Cowan for three. Rims out, rebounded by Acosta. Acosta is closing in on her second consecutive double-double. She's got 5 of them this year. She's got 9 points, 8 rebounds tonight. Here's Jordan Pyle looking inside. She finds Acosta, but it's deflected away by Amber Brooks. Here are the Jaguars. Tabitha Jones travel. 19th turnover of the game for Governor State. Tabitha Jones has 6 of them. Justine Charlesworth passes to Jordan Pyle. Down to the corner, it's Leah Sims. Sims bounces in low to Acosta. Worked outside once again. Charlesworth for 3. It's good. Second three-pointer of the game made by the Fighting Saints. They both belong to Justine Charlesworth. And Governor State calls a full timeout, facing their biggest deficit of the night, 24-20. 8 points now for Charlesworth. Acosta's got 9. So those two have accounted for 17 of the team's 24. St. Francis, starting out this second half, is shooting the ball a little bit better. They've gone 3 for 5. So I guess that's a lot better percentage-wise, but obviously in a very small sample size. They're 3 of 5 this half after shooting just 32% in the first half. Governor State playing at the same pace really right now that they did in the first. Neither team could do much offensively in that first 20 minutes. And so far, St. Francis's defense has held just as steady. Governor State needs to pick up the pace on both ends of the floor, though, lest they find themselves looking up at a big deficit. I mentioned that the first game of the year between these two teams, while not played in a similar style to this one, was similar in that it was very close most of the way, and then St. Francis pulled away in the fourth quarter. They had a 7-point lead at the end of 3. They ended up winning by 21 points. That game was 18-18 at the end of the first quarter. This one was 18-17 at the end of the first half, so a little bit of a different story there, but again, similar in just how competitive the two games have been. Both of these teams played Saturday and Monday, and that's rare in conference season to see 3 games in 5 days. You've really got to buckle down and work hard to play those 3 games in such a short period of time. It's not easy stamina-wise, and that may be contributing to today's rather sluggish showing in some regards as Cowan fires a 3 and misses, rebounded by Acosta. Charlesworth off to the left. It's Pyle down to the corner for Leah Sims. Sims across court to Charlesworth again. Acosta fakes the jumper and loses the ball. It's taken away by Angelique Cowan. Now Tabitha Jones in transition off to the corner for Caitlin Adams. Down low, Amber Brooks. Brooks is blocked by Shadrian McDaniel. Her second block of the game. Saints take over with 4.5 to play in the quarter. Leah Sims down low to Acosta, poked away. Acosta grabs it back. Now up top, Charlesworth for 3. It's short, and the rebound is corralled by Breeze. Here's a drive from Caitlin Adams. Adams weaves her way inside, misses the leaner. Rebound grabbed by Charlesworth. Adams is still on the floor on the other end. It's 5-on-4. Jordan Pyle gives it up to Justine Charlesworth. Adams finally back on defense as Sims with a runner gets it to go. Six-point lead, St. Francis. It's their biggest. Governor State led by 6 at one point in the first half. Inside, Breeze banks it in. Sharnita Breeze finally finds the scoreboard. Her first points of the game. She has been her team's leading scorer this season. Bounced into Acosta, flipped out. Leah Sims for 3. No good. Acosta grabs the board. Leah Sims drives. Sims floats it up and misses it short. Rebounded by Cowan. Had it knocked away, but right into the hands of Amber Brooks. Here's Tabitha Jones. Jones pauses, now drives, knocked away and out of bounds off the leg of Tabitha Jones. Jatana Davis is back in. Caitlin Adams grabs a seat for Governor State. 26-22 is our score. St. Francis leads with 2:41 to play in the third quarter. Leah Sims bounces over to Shadrian McDaniel. Inside Charlesworth, reverse layup misses. Charlesworth tries to save it, but it's out of bounds. Jaguars basketball chasing 4 points here. They have withstood a St. Francis rally. Fighting Saints started out this half on a 9-2 run. But Governor State has not let them pull away any further. Still just a 4-point game, and the Jaguars have the ball. Jones picks up her dribble. Gives it off to Breeze. Breeze's three-pointer misses short. Rebound is loose and chased down by Jatana Davis. With under 2 minutes to play in the quarter, Governor State resets. Here's Jones. Cross court Breeze. Breeze puts it between her legs, picks up her dribble, and passes off to Jones. Tabitha Jones has just 4 to shoot. Breeze fires the 3 and drains it. Sharnita Breeze from the outside. She's got 5 points, and we've got a 1-point game. Jordan Pyle to the free throw line, and Justine Charlesworth who hits the jumper. gives the Saints 11 points this quarter. It's the first time they've hit double digits in a quarter today. In fact, the only reason Governor State has hit double digits in any quarter today is because of a foul on a half-court desperation shot at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. That gave them 2 made free throws and boosted their total from 8 to 10. Drive and kick. Davis in the corner for 3, missed it. Rebound to Jordan Pyle. Saints ball with under a minute to play in the period. Sims up to McDaniel. 3-point lead for St. Francis. They'll try to add to it at the end of the quarter. McDaniel spins down the lane. Can't quite get the roll from the rim, but she will go to the free throw line. Third foul on Amber Brooks. She's been out there a long time playing with 2, though. Took her over 2 quarters to finally grab that third. She picked up her first 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game. McDaniel knocks down the first free throw. 3 points for Shadrian McDaniel, who came in averaging just a shade under 10 per game. She makes both free throws. Here's Governor State down 5. Jones bounces to Cowan at the midcourt circle. Here's Amber Brooks. Lob down low. Tabitha Jones. Jones spins into a double team, and she's fouled going up. .8 showing on the clock. Second foul on Justine Charlesworth. Jones makes the first free throw. Tabitha Jones 2 for 3 on free throws today, 76% on the season. She hits them both. We've got a 1-possession game here. Saints can take the last shot. Under 10 to shoot, Leah Sims. Pass off to Shadrian McDaniel, back to Sims. With 4 seconds on the clock, Justine Charlesworth stepped down the sideline. It's been that kind of game. Neither team has gotten into any kind of a rhythm. Now 2.8, Saints want to put a little pressure on the Jaguars. Certainly don't want to foul. Tabitha Jones walks it ahead, fires from long range, and well short. Third quarter comes to a close for the first time today. The Saints end a quarter with a lead. 30-27 is our score. One more of these things still to be played. We'll have it for you in just a moment. Fourth quarter getting set to start here in Joliet. 30-27 is our score. St. Francis leads Governor State. It has not been an offensive bonanza tonight, but the Saints finally seem to start to get on a roll late in that third quarter. They led pretty much the entire third quarter after trailing the entire first half. The 13 points they put on the board during the last 10 minutes was their best period of the game. And now they'll try to finish it off and go 2-0 on the season against Governor State. One of these two teams will take their first loss of the conference season tonight. Saints came in at 5-0, 17-2 overall. Governor State 2-0 in conference, just 4-8 overall, but off to a great start in conference play. Trying to keep that rolling. Tabitha Jones. Jones, step back jumper, air ball. And the rebound is knocked out of Jordan Pyle's hands, out of bounds. I think they're going to review that. Pyle herself may have been touched. Maybe could have called a foul there, but the ball was not. And as they reverse it, no argument from Pyle. She knew it. Jones inbounds it to Breeze. Breeze to a cutting Amber Brooks, who lays it in. One-point game. St. Francis ball. Here's Leah Sims. Sims over to Pyle. To the free throw line, Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth, one step in, jumper is good. Justine Charlesworth has really gotten going here in the second half. She's now got a game-high 12 points. Charlesworth is 5 of 9 shooting for the game. Three-pointer for Tabitha Jones. She's fouled by Shadrian McDaniel. Her foot was on the line, so it is going to be a 2-point foul. 2 free throws coming up for Jones. McDaniel picks up her 3rd foul of the game. Jones is 3 of 4 from the line so far today. Hit a couple of them on her last attempts just a few moments ago. She makes the first here. Two for two. It's a 1-point game. 9 minutes to play. Just about as tight as can be here. McDaniel gives it up to Leah Sims. Right back to Shadrian McDaniel. Bounce down low to Jordan Pyle. Pyle double team, gives it up to Acosta, and a foul is called. Sharnita Breeze is called for the foul. It's just the first on Breeze. It's the first on the team. Pass is lobbed into Leah Sims. Here's McDaniel on the drive. McDaniel picks it up inside, off the glass, gets the roll. Nice move by Shadrian McDaniel. And a timeout is called by St. Francis. 8:31 to play. It's a full timeout and a 3-point lead for the Fighting Saints, who trailed the whole first half. They've led the whole second half, but it's been close. Biggest lead of the game has been 6, and both teams at different times had a 6-point lead. And I mentioned before, St. Francis doesn't mind playing in games like this. They haven't played too many games that have been this tight. Only 4 games all season have been decided by single digits. They're 3-1 in those games. But they played 19 this year, so that obviously leaves 15 games that have been decided in one direction or the other by double figures. And they're 14-1 in those games. So a lot of blowout wins for the Fighting Saints this year. This is not going to be a blowout win. I wouldn't think, unless they go on a crazy run here in the fourth quarter. But it's the 3rd straight game, really, that St. Francis has struggled on offense. The 2nd straight game, they've struggled mightily on offense. But their defense has not missed a beat. They've not allowed more than 45 points in any of their last 5 games. And Governor State's going to need quite a flourish here to get to 45 today. And that's saying something for the defense, because Governor State has scored 80-plus in each of their last 2 contests coming into today. So I don't know if this is exactly what the Jaguars were expecting coming in, but they've seen St. Francis before. They know how tough this defense can be. Here's Angelique Cowan, handing it off to Caitlin Adams. Cross court, Tabitha Jones. Jones crosses over, gives it outside to Breeze. Sharnita Breeze bounces over to Jones. Tabitha Jones, pull-up jumper, misses it long. Offensive rebound, Amber Brooks, back up and a foul. Amber Brooks is going to the line for 2 shots. Jordan Pyle picks up her 3rd foul. First free throw from Brooks misses long. Not a great looking stroke from Amber Brooks on the free throw. She hits him at 65%. Missed them both. Rebound goes to Acosta, her 12th of the game. It's a big empty possession for Governor State. Still 8 minutes to go, but each possession is so valuable considering how difficult it's been to score in this game. Case in point, Leah Sims misses on the three. It remains very difficult to score. Here's Caitlin Adams, lobbing it in. Tabitha Jones backs in along the baseline, nearly lost it, gives to Amber Brooks. Brooks hits the layup. It's a 1-point game. Shadrian McDaniel to Jordan Pyle. Charlesworth to McDaniel. Now Leah Sims finds Pyle in the corner. Jordan Pyle dribbles the baseline, and she's bumped by Amber Brooks. And that'll be the fourth on Brooks. That's a big one with 7 minutes still to play. Brooks is arguably Governor State's best player. Their leading rebounder, their second leading scorer. Into Acosta. Acosta's fouled going up, and she scores. Big bucket for Andriana Acosta. Foul is called on Tabitha Jones. And Acosta can make this a three-point play. This is her second and one opportunity of the game, and she hit both of them. 12 points, 12 rebounds now in the game for Acosta. Governor State goes to the bench, and for the first time today, they bring in Lottie Miller. Tabitha Jones across half court. Bounced over to Miller. Back to Jones. Cross court, Caitlin Adams. Adams with 12 to shoot, gives it up to Cowan. Back to Adams. She drives into some traffic, kicks it back out. Stepping in for the two-pointer, knocking it down, Angelique Cowan. Credit Governor State, every time St. Francis has given them an opportunity to wave the white flag and call it a good game, they've stepped up with a big shot. And a big one right there from Angelique Cowan, keeping it close, a 2-point game. 6:19 on the clock. Acosta spins around Jones, kicks it into the corner. Pyle passes back out to Leah Sims. Bounced again into Acosta. Acosta fights it up and misses. Rebound to Angelique Cowan. Cowan throws it down to the right side. Sharnita Breeze hits the three. And Governor State is back in front. 5 straight points for the Jaguars, and it's the first time they've been ahead in about 13 minutes. Their last lead was at 20-19. Now it's 38-37. Jordan Pyle down to the baseline, Acosta, and Acosta's called for the travel. 17th turnover of the night for St. Francis, and Steve Brooks calls the timeout. 38-37, Governor State, 5:36 to go in the fourth quarter, and Governor State has begun to heat up offensively. Sharnita Breeze and Angelique Cowan have hit some big-time jumpers. Governor State has scored 11 points in the first 4.5 minutes of this fourth quarter. That's already their highest scoring output of any quarter tonight. But the pace has finally picked up. We've been waiting for it all night, and finally here in the fourth quarter, things have picked up to a considerable degree. We've seen 18 total points scored in this fourth quarter, which is nearly the high of any quarter already in the game. Between the two teams combined, that is. Keep waiting for St. Francis to flip that switch and turn it on offensively. They've never been a great offensive team, but they score 66 points per night, and that's not a small number considering the deliberate pace that they play at. but this appears as though it is going to be the third consecutive game in which they will not reach 60. 59-44, they beat Cardinal Stritch on Saturday, and then they took out St. Ambrose on Monday, 51-40. Held just 37 so far by the stout Governor State defense today. 1 point lead for the Jaguars. Tabitha Jones drives, blocked by Shadrian McDaniel, who steps out of bounds with the ball afterwards, but a big defensive play from McDaniel. It's her third block of the game. 19 on the shot clock for Governor State as they get set to inbound. Into Jones. Jones this time scores right in the face of Shadrian McDaniel. The lead is 3 for the Jaguars. Here comes McDaniel, throws it away. An easy interception for Sharnita Breeze. Here's Lottie Miller. Miller bounces it to the right elbow. Caitlin Adams poked away from behind by McDaniel, but Shadrian McDaniel's called for her 4th foul. Josie Graffio comes off the bench and replaces McDaniel in the lineup. May be wrong, but I believe this is the first substitution that the Saints have made this half. Those 5 starters had been out there for 15 straight minutes, and now a little fresh blood with Graffio. Angelique Cowan nearly lost it. Now Sharnita Breeze. Up top to Cowan. Cowan spins into the lane with the shot clock running down. Her jumper is an air ball, rebounded by Graffio. Graffio played 14 minutes in the first half. Has not scored yet today. Passes off to Charlesworth on the left side. Up top, Jordan Pyle. Pyle's got just 2 points. She's got the ball. Nice pass to Acosta, who lays it up and misses. Acosta grabs her own rebound, but loses it on the way down, and now gets it back and flips out to Leah Sims. Big hustle play for Acosta, and a foul is called on Tabitha Jones with Acosta back in control of the ball. Wild sequence right there for Andriana Acosta and the Fighting Saints. And the shot clock will reset to 20 as the Saints inbound from the baseline. Tabitha Jones called for her 3rd foul. It's the 4th on the team. So the Saints will head to the free throw line with the next foul. Sent in for Josie Graffio. Graffio travels. Looking for the pass to Jordan Pyle on the left side. Didn't see her there initially, and she just dragged that back pivot foot. Costly turnover for the Fighting Saints. They trail by 3. Just 4 minutes to play in the game, and Governor State has the ball. Here's Cowan. Bounced in for Jones. Jones sends it outside to Caitlin Adams. Adams walks it back to the top. Under 10 seconds to shoot. Breeze with a 3-pointer. Another one for Sharnita Breeze. Governor State has their biggest lead of the game at 6. 43-37. This matches their biggest lead. First time they've been up by this many since it was 6-0. Josie Graffio outside to Charlesworth. Now Leah Sims on the right wing. Up top to Pyle. Saints moving around the perimeter. Leah Sims for 3. No good. Offensive rebound Graffio. One bounce, back up with it. No. Another offensive rebound. Acosta kicks it out to Charlesworth. And they reset. Here's Josie Graffio. Leah Sims will try it again from the outside, and this one is good. Timeout called by St. Francis, a 30-second timeout. They're back within 1 possession here. The 2 teams go back and forth on 3-pointers the last 2 times down the floor. Sharnita Breeze hit a big one for Governor State. Breeze very quiet for the first 3 quarters. She has gotten hot late. Now 3 3-pointers in the game. She's got 11 points. Leah Sims hit the 3-pointer for the Saints. She's now 1 of 6 from the outside. St. Francis as a team just 3 of 14 on 3-pointers in this game. Coming into play tonight, Fighting Saints ranked 16th in the NAIA in 3-point field goals made. The shot just hasn't been there from the outside for them today. They've had some good looks. Nothing's going down for the Fighting Saints until that Sims 3. We'll see if that gets them going the rest of the way. Governor State scored just 27 points in the first 3 quarters combined. They have 16 points in the first 7 minutes here in the fourth. We'll see if the Saints, coming out of the timeout, can come up with the big defensive stop they've been searching for these last several minutes. They put on the full court trap, but Governor State gets it across. Here's Caitlin Adams in some trouble. She hands it off to Breeze. Breeze out to the left, it's Cowan. Now Tabitha Jones at the top with a shot clock down to 8. Breeze steps inside the perimeter, back out to Jones. Jones lays it off for Brooks, and Brooks has an open layup. Great possession for Governor State, moving the ball around deliberately and finally finding their center down low for the 2. Amber Brooks now has 10 points in the game. It's a 5-point lead for the Jaguars. Jordan Pyle falling away, cannot bank it in. Acosta offensive rebound, fights it back up and in. Acosta at times has seemed to single-handedly keep the team in the game. She's got 14 points now, 15 rebounds for Acosta. Big double-double for her. 3-point game once again, under 2 minutes to play. It's Breeze putting the ball on the floor, gives it up to Brooks, and Brooks took a step before taking a dribble. Governor State turns it over for the 21st time today. That's a big number, but keep in mind it was 15 at the half. They have been much better offensively of late. Here's Josie Graffio down low to Acosta. Acosta's pass deflected, but the Saints hold on. Justine Charlesworth to Shadrian McDaniel. Now Jordan Pyle. Pyle works her way inside. She's bumped on the floor by Tabitha Jones. That's the 5th foul on Governor State. So Pyle is going to the free throw line with 1:37 to play. That is Tabitha Jones's 5th foul. She's done for the day. And that hurts for Governor State. That was their hero from Monday night. Hit the buzzer beater to beat Olivet Nazarene 84-82. In another tight game today, they will not have Jones down the stretch. She's replaced by Lottie Miller. Pyle misses the first free throw, and that's been par for the course for the Saints this season. Free throws have not been their forte. 1 of 2 for Jordan Pyle, who has been one of the better free throw shooters on the team this season. She's got 3 points in the game. It is a 2-point deficit. Lottie Miller. Miller in some trouble, gives it up to Sharnita Breeze. Half of the shot clock used up by Governor State. Caitlin Adams fires it to Miller in the corner, and Miller travels. Another traveling violation called against Governor State. Both teams have had their problems with steps tonight. 1:15 to play. St. Francis can tie or take the lead on this possession. Jordan Pyle drives the left side, and she's bumped. Pyle goes back to the free throw line. It's Sharnita Breeze's 2nd foul. Jordan Pyle hit 1 of 2 free throws just a moment ago. Now if she hits them both, we'll have a tie score. She makes the first. Mentioned before, free throws have not been good for St. Francis this year. This is a moment where they need them. They are 7 of 9 from the line tonight. 1 of 2 once again. Another offensive rebound, Acosta. She kicks it out, and the Saints will reset. Charlesworth looking for some help from McDaniel. Good defense. Gives it up to Graffio. 8 seconds to shoot. Graffio hands it to Pyle. Pyle stumbles, fires one up wildly, and misses. I think she thought she had less time on the shot clock than she did. Either that or she was just trying to avoid the traveling call. So a timeout is called by Governor State. 43.4 seconds to go. St. Francis trails 45-44. 30-second timeout here, and Governor State has the ball with 23 on the shot clock. So there's a 20-second difference. If the Saints can get a stop, they'll still be in decent position. Plenty of time to try to get a victory on the other end. Tough possession for Jordan Pyle on the other end. Missed on that wild shot as she was avoiding a traveling violation. Pyle made 2 of 4 free throws during the last minute. And if St. Francis loses today's game, it's not going to be because of free throws. But those are 2 big points left on the floor. Pyle has 4 points today. She continues to struggle to score at home, 7.7 points per game at home this season. She averages 14 points per game on the road. And I talk about it often that the Saints seem to have a different person step up every night. Tonight, it has definitively been Andriana Acosta, 14 points, 16 rebounds. The rest of the team only has 9 rebounds in this game. Offensive foul called on Angelique Cowan, a push-off of Shadrian McDaniel. And that is a very costly foul against Governor State. Now 37.3 seconds on the clock. St. Francis has the ball down by 1. Leah Sims back in control of the basketball. She's been on the bench the last couple of minutes. The starters are on the floor for the Fighting Saints. Sims drives to the left. Sims pulls up in the paint, sends it outside to Charlesworth. Now Jordan Pyle up top. Pyle drives from the right side. Leaner from her misses short. Rebound Sharnita Breeze, and the Saints need to foul. They'll send Sharnita Breeze. Actually, that's only the 4th foul, so they will not send her to the line yet. Timeout called by Governor State. The next foul will be free throws for Governor State. And Tanisha Mack will draw up a play here, trying to make sure that she gets the ball into one of her best free throw shooters. Really, the idea is to get the ball in first and foremost. Saints will try to come up with a quick steal, or better yet, a 5-second violation. Nothing's been falling for the Fighting Saints late. 37% from the field for the game tonight, just 21% on 3-pointers. They led the majority of the second half, but Governor State got hot here in this 4th quarter. 17.2 seconds to play. And the Jaguars need to get the ball in, most likely just to send them to the free throw line, and then try to salt this thing away. Looking at the shooters on the floor for Governor State. Amber Brooks, 65%. Angelique Cowan, 68%. Lottie Miller is 3 of 4 from the line this year. Caitlin Adams is below 50% on the season. She's been good today. They finally find Sharnita Breeze. Breeze is fouled by Jordan Pyle. She's the one player I did not mention the free throw percentage for, but by far the best, 79%. She'll get 2 shots here, and of course, even if she makes them both, this game is a long way from over.
St. Francis foul number 33, Jordan Pyle, her 4th.
Jordan Pyle called for her 4th foul, by the way. She and Shadrian McDaniel both have 4. First free throw from Sharnita Breeze is good. 46-44. She hits her second. It's a 3-point game. Timeout St. Francis. So the Fighting Saints now need, well, they don't need a 3-pointer. They got a lot of time left here. If they do want to go for a 3, they've got some shooters out there. Leah Sims, 36%. Justine Charlesworth is a good 3-point shooter as well. She hits 42% of her 3-pointers. They would be probably the 2 go-tos on a 3-point play, but with 15 seconds left, there's no need to get a 3-point shot off. They'll look for the best basket they can find as quickly as they can get it. Saints have used essentially the same lineup the entire second half. We have not seen Paige Gieske nor Kaylin C.S. Cheney here in the second half. Jordan Pyle can shoot 3-pointers if they need her to. She's at 34% this season. Saints out of the timeout. Have the ball just past half court. Pyle is the trigger man into Shadrian McDaniel. Jordan Pyle again into McDaniel. Out to Leah Sims. Corner 3 for the tie. No, but she's fouled. A foul called on Leah Sims' 3-point attempt, and she will have a chance to tie the score from the free throw line. It's the 3rd foul on Sharnita Breeze. Leah Sims is not a good free throw shooter, 42% on the season. But with 8.5 seconds still on the clock, she doesn't need to make all 3 of them to keep the team in the game. Obviously, she wants to hit all 3. She makes the first. And keep in mind, again, if she misses the 3rd free throw, Andriana Acosta is the best offensive rebounder in the conference. Second shot, no good. So the best the Saints can hope for here is down by 1. Still a lot of time to go. Second free throw from Sims, or 3rd rather, is good. So she makes 2 of 3. It's a 1-point game, and a timeout is called. So I'll repeat what I said a few moments ago. Free throws shooting is not going to be the reason that St. Francis loses this game, if in fact they lose. But they have had 3 opportunities in the last minute and a half to tie the score from the free throw line. They've missed out on all 3 of them. And that hurts, despite the fact that they have shot free throws at 69% for the game, which is better than their season average of 67%. So I will repeat some of those free throw percentages for Governor State. The one person you really don't want to see get the ball if you're the Fighting Saints is Sharnita Breeze. She's the only one on the team who shoots foul shots at better than 70%, other than Tabitha Jones. Jones is already fouled out. Kaylin C.S. Cheney has checked in defensively for the Fighting Saints, and obviously the first task is not to send somebody to the line, but to get a steal if they can. Quick takeaway, but they are very low on time now, so they do not have the luxury of going for a couple of steals before fouling. If they don't get a steal immediately off the inbounds pass, they have to foul right away. Jatana Davis has checked in for the first time in a while. They get the ball into Cowan, and Cowan is fouled by McDaniel. That's her 5th. So the Saints did prevent Sharnita Breeze from getting the ball, but Cowan is probably the second one you wouldn't want to see on the line, 68% this season. McDaniel has fouled out. Nobody's told her just yet, but she is going to have to leave the game. And finally, Josie Graffio hops off the bench. Graffio will come in for the final 7.3 seconds. Two shots for Angelique Cowan. First free throw attempts of the night, and Cowan makes the first. "12 of 16 as a team from the line tonight. Second shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Amber Brooks, and she's fouled. Huge board for Amber Brooks, and now she'll go to the line, and if she makes them both, it's all but over. A little bit slow to get up, but she appears to be okay. The Saints needed a miss. They got it. But Brooks was there to clean it up. Amber Brooks is 65% foul shooter. She is 0 for 2 today. And if she makes them both, it looks like Governor State will pull off a big upset tonight. And she makes the first. One more to victory for Governor State. They upset Olivet Nazarene on Monday, and now trying to do the same to St. Francis on this Wednesday evening. Her second shot is good. It's a 4-point lead for Governor State. St. Francis calls timeout. So it's not quite over for the Fighting Saints yet, but they're going to need something resembling a miracle here. A foul on a 3-point shot, or a quick basket, and then a steal on the inbounds play. Those are their only options at the moment. 5.7 seconds. And we talk so often about the free throws. Saints missed 3 crucial free throws down the stretch. Governor State, in the final seconds of this game, has made 5 out of their 6 foul shots, and the only one they missed, they grabbed the offensive rebound. St. Francis will get to advance it out of the timeout past half court. They need to score in a hurry. And Governor State undoubtedly will be very careful not to foul on any three-point shot. Jordan Pyle tries to get it in, finds Charlesworth. Charlesworth fires the three. It's good with 2.6. So the Saints need a steal now. Governor State is out of timeouts. 5-second count has begun. Cowan trying to get it in. Looking for Adams between her hands, but it's picked up by Sharnita Breeze, and Breeze is fouled with 0.2 of a second left. It was almost a desperation pass from Angelique Cowan there. She had just 1 second left to get it in. She threw it to Caitlin Adams. Adams could not pull it in. But Sharnita Breeze was there on the back end of that to pick up the loose ball, and now Breeze will have a couple of free throws. First shot is no good. Well, if she misses this one intentionally, Saints do not have enough time for a rebound and a full court shot. They'd have to tip it across court. We'll see what she decides to do here. She scores. So the Saints need a full court play now. Jordan Pyle fires it in. It's intercepted, and there's your ball game. Governor State celebrates on the floor. They have knocked off the number 13 team in the nation. 51-49 is our final score. And for the first time this year, the Saints lose to a team that is not Clark University. It's their first conference loss of the season, dropping them to 5-1, and Governor State remains unbeaten in the CCAC, picking up their third consecutive conference win and their second in a row that has been a 2-point decision. Very different types of games. They beat Olivet Nazarene 84-82 on Monday. Today, a 51-49 victory in a slog against St. Francis. And this is not the way I don't think that either team envisioned this game going when it first started. But points were so hard to come by for 3 quarters, and in the fourth, Governor State flipped the switch. We've been waiting all game for St. Francis, really for 2 straight games, for St. Francis to flip the switch. Never happened, but finally Governor State did. In the fourth quarter today, they scored 24 points after scoring just 27 through the first 3 quarters combined, and they were able to hit their free throws late and come away with the victory. Final totals today: Governor State shot 42% from the field, St. Francis 38%. Both teams were just 4 of 15 from beyond the 3-point line. Free throws, 15 of 21 for Governor State, 9 of 13 for St. Francis. And it's the second time this year that late free throw shooting has led to a St. Francis loss. The same thing happened to them against Clark back in November. Saints were out rebounded 29-25, 10 offensive boards for Governor State, including the biggest one of the night from Amber Brooks, which essentially sealed the game after a missed free throw in the final seconds. The Fighting Saints were led by Justine Charlesworth's 15 points. Andriana Acosta scored 14 and grabbed 16 rebounds. Governor State's top scorer was Sharnita Breeze, who did not score in the first half, but 14 second-half points paced her team. Amber Brooks finished with 12 points and a team-leading 6 rebounds. Again, our final score: Governor State 51, St. Francis 49. The win is the 5th of the season for Governor State. They're 5-8, now 3-0 in conference. St. Francis 17-3. They are 5-1 in conference play. And the Saints will lick their wounds for a couple of days and try to get back to it on Saturday. They'll be facing Olivet Nazarene, another evening affair, 5 o'clock start time on Saturday against Olivet, as they try to get back on the winning track in the game that you would expect to see a lot more points scored than we've seen the last couple. As good as St. Francis' defense is, usually it's a high-scoring game when Olivet comes to town, the number 2 offense in the country. So it should be a fun one on Saturday night as the Saints try to get back on track. Today's loss snaps their 6-game winning streak. It's their first defeat since January 9th, a road game against Clark. 2-point loss for St. Francis here on the women's side, but the men's team will try to make this day not a total loss for the home side. St. Francis and Governor State men's action coming up in about 20 minutes. So make sure you're with us for that as well. Again, one more time, our final here, Governor State 51, St. Francis 49. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna now signing off for the University of St. Francis. We'll be back at it shortly with the men's game, and next game for the women is Saturday. Until then, well, say my goodbyes. Talk to you soon.